Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Elden Ring OST reaction. Where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we apparently, for reasons I'm not entirely familiar with, you sort of have to travel north from Lindell. Is it called Lindell or something like that? Oh, Limdell. Basically, once you've defeated the Omen King, you have to travel northwards and to sort of unlock the path to the final boss, and you have to encounter this thing called the Fire Giant. That's probably the worst part about maybe it is going to be the worst bit about it is the actual name. I mean, Fire Giant. I mean, look at all the bosses that we've covered so far in this. Morg, Lord of Blood. Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. Melania, Blade of Mikola. Godric the Grafted. Fire Giant. I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. I mean, I'm not demanding, 5-star names or something like that, but it just sounds a little bit generic is all I'm saying. But hopefully that's the only bad part about all this, so let's do it. Now, as I mentioned before, ironically, it finishes at basically the halfway point, is that there is a second stage to this, and there is a cutscene for us to enjoy. So, well, considering that apparently its health bar is meant to be quite extensive, well, it's fortunate it finishes halfway. Yes, so apparently the fire giant loses a leg but has gained an eye. And that leads us straight into interestingly enough, So my actual feelings towards like how this sort of fight goes is that it's like you're literally this you're sort of like almost trapped in this fantastic scenario where you're fighting against, because here's From Software has had like quite a number of games where you fight against giants before, but I feel like this is the sort of fight where you have to fight across like a lot of open ground. So when you see when he's looking at you, he is literally coming after you, and there's not really anything you can do about it. So it's like it really is. It's almost like they've turned this up to the nth degree, in which you have to fight something that is almost, in terms of size, a little bit beyond your control, and has a much more, presumably a much more interesting move sets if it can manipulate fire and probably, I don't know, shoot like balls of fire out of its stomach just to try and hunt you down. It's the sort of thing that I feel like maybe it should have been in these sorts of games like a long time ago, but finally they allow you. It's like they've learned a little bit and they've actually like put in even more in its place, which is, it's all very, very intriguing, and it's presumably would make for a very unique boss fight among anything else, because it looks genuinely like a very reasonably sized challenge. So like I said before, maybe the worst part about the fight is just the name is a bit bland, but that might be it. So I've let me know, by the way, if you want me to actually try out Elden Ring, because it looks really fun, and well, I suppose that's just about that, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye bye for now.